All right, we are about ready to go live here. Getting warmed up a little bit. 900, that's good. Live. Mute. All right, let's do this. All right, who's in? Who's the first one in? Comment. All right, I know I'm going to get a lot of interesting comments for this one. This is going to be a fun little Friday video. So what I'm doing, I'm making some wheels for a duck. And I know you're like, duck, that doesn't make any sense. So this is the duck that I made across several live streams, and I might do a wide format video, I don't know. But what I did is where they normally hang stuff to keep it floating upright, I put some 1/2-inch plastic pipe, and I actually have dowel rod that fits exactly in that pipe for axles. So I'm gonna make wheels with the center drilled off center so that the duck like waddles. So that's what we're doing today. I don't know if it'll work, but that's kind of what we do here. So that's what we're doing. So I'm using some firewood. Looks like cherry, maybe. I don't know. And I know if you're saying, that's a fancy looking decoy duck to be putting wheels on it. That's true. This is for a family that hunts a lot, and I made the daughter, who's around 3 now, maybe. I think 2 or 3, 3 probably, 3.5. I don't know. I made her one, and this is for the little boy who is turning 1 in a couple months. So he can eventually use this for hunting. Metal, I can use metal. I have some metal drive shafts, but they don't fit in the plastic. So I could have made wood holes, but I wanted that where the axle rides to be a little wider. So it just worked out that the wood worked the best. I can't turn metal on this lathe. This is not a metal lathe. So what I did is I turned a tenon first, and we're going to put that in the chuck. So then I can make the wheels. I'll turn it a very consistent diameter and be able to part off the wheels and then drill them afterwards, because I'm going to drill it off center. I don't know, kind of a, it may not work. It may work great. We'll see. So first thing is to get it round, get it all sanded up and looking good, and then we'll part it off and then drill the holes. And I should be able to drill the holes just a little bit smaller than that, and then I'll like press them in. Hey, Rob is in, David's in. All right, so let's get this turned. I'm going to turn my heater off. Almost got a little bit right there. Clean up. Lawrence is in. Hey, Lawrence. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. There we go. All right, to make sure that these are round, what I'll do is I'll sight down my tool rest, get it even with the back. You can see that back bedway right there. I'll line that up, sight down there and line it up. This is a rough way to get consistent diameter. And then I'm going to hold this and go like with my finger against it and go the same, so it's basically the same diameter. That should be pretty close. Got a little divot right there, but I've got enough usable area. Now to save myself some sanding, I'm going to use my skew and get a real nice surface there. almost a sanded surface. Some cracks in there. We'll coat it with some CA. Let it soak in. I might go a little bit deeper, get rid of that divot. I don't know. I don't want to make them too small. This is the size of the axle. I've got some room. Let's go a little bit smaller. I wish you could feel that surface. That is so smooth, so nice. Yeah, so what I'm making is some wheels for a duck. Got this duck. Let me zoom back out. Decoy duck, and I added some, I don't know what you'd call that, the axle pockets maybe. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of sanding. It's a decoy duck for a 1-year-old, and then when he grows up, he can take the wheels off and use it for a decoy. Okay, I'm gonna start parting it off. Hey, the shoops are in. Thanks for coming in. How thick do I want to make it? I think that would be a good, this should be a good wheel thickness. So, let me do this. Don't have to be perfect. Lego made wooden toys? I did not know that. Interesting. All right, so the other thing is, as I part these off, I'm going to sand one side. These two have divots in them. I might do two more. I'm going to sand one side. So one side's going to be finished, the other side's not. Have you tried to press wood more tight with some type of tool that won't remove wood but makes surface harder and push your spot? Wood block to make surface shiny? Yeah. Oh, burnish. Yeah. Yeah, I do that sometimes. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put a CA glue finish on the outside. And then, like I said, as I part these wheels off, I'm gonna put a finish on the outside before I part it off. So we're making wheels for a toy duck. Hopefully I'll get it done today. I don't know, it might not. I don't like to promise anything because you never know what's gonna happen. All right, this is Satellite City CA glue. I'm just gonna coat all of these. I don't think all of these are gonna work out, but they might, you never know. I'm also gonna use this accelerator spray, help it cure faster. Put on a second coat, that'll dry right away. All right. Yep, that's already dry, shiny. So now I'm gonna leave my tailstock on for a minute. I'm gonna speed back up. All right, turn it off a little bit more. All right, before I finish that, I'm going to clamp down on this tenon a little bit more. Make sure it's good. I don't want it flying off, but I am wearing the correct protective gear just in case. I'm gonna back off my tailstock a little bit. All right. All right. Move you over here. Now that is very straight, so all I have to do is stand. Round the corner to get off any sharp edges. All right. Put a little bit of CA on it. It's kind of like super glue, but super glue is a brand name. They're all CA glues. It's kind of hard word to say, so I'm not gonna say it. Accolate, something. I prefer Satellite City, but there's many different brands. All right, now I'm gonna part that off. I'm gonna try to catch it, so I'm gonna pull my sleeves up so they don't get caught. There we go. That's one. Beautiful wood. Beautiful wood. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside. Use my CA glue again. Definitely stick around to see if this works. This will be a fun one if it works. No guarantees though. Stick around if you want to see it fail. I'm also open to that. All right, that one's done. Part that guy off. There we go. 2 down. Guadalupe is asking if I'm new at this. Thank you for asking. This is my first day. Just got the lathe yesterday and just kind of practicing on some stuff. Made this decoy duck that I'm gonna put some axles and wheels on. So that's what we're doing. Not bad for my first day, right? Go. All right, one more. Okay, so good point. Jane, is it Jane Johansson or Jean? Good point, but I want the duck to waddle. So I'm purposefully not drilling the axle holes first. I'm gonna drill them afterward. So it will waddle. That's exactly what I want. So good eye, good catch. And yes, I would typically, I would drill the holes first for a wheel, but in this case, it is planned. This one's a little bit rougher. Probably could have sanded that one a little better, but I think it's gonna be fine. It's just really soaking in. All right, last one. number 4. Now comes the fun part. Good luck on my first day. It's not really my first day. I was kidding. I'm not a professional, but I have been doing this for 5 years. You can go back to the first videos on my channel was when I first got the lathe. So yes, I'm still new at it. Still have a lot to learn, but I've been doing this a little while. Okay, Todd is in. Hey, Todd. I need to know what size to drill for this rod. All right, it's about a 1/2 inch. Is it 1/2 inch or 3/8? 1/2 inch. So I've got my 1/2 inch Forstner bit. I'm going to attempt to drill holes. I should do this on my drill press, but it is in the basement, so, and I am in the garage. Bad man, I know, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. It's just a funny question. I'm not used to that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get very close to the center, but I know I'm not going to be right on. But I don't want it to wobble so much that it doesn't roll. So, oh, dang it, of course. Where did it go? There it is. Oh, everything that falls will go to the furthest point. So these actually have a little point on them from parting them off. And what I'm going to do is put the center point adjacent to that, so I know I'm not directly in the center. I may not even be able to hold it. Let's see. I don't want that to split out, so let me I'm going to clamp this onto the wood because I do not want that to split out. That would be bad because I'm drilling from the back side. Clamp that down, move the camera. There we go. So if you clamp it, when you drill, usually it blows out the back, but if you clamp it, it does not. So always get that clamped down to another piece of wood. And you can see we're just slightly off center. Nothing too ridiculous. I may do this one a little bit more off center. I don't know. I don't want to be too centered. All right. get through it. Yep, I like to use 2 different colors of wood, so when the shavings change color, you know you're through. And again, perfectly cut through on the back side. Because you don't want that to split out. That's my finished side. I could start drilling there, but either way, I'd want to clamp it. I don't want it to split out. I don't want to be over an existing hole. All right. Yeah, so speaking of Legos, if you don't like this video, you'll probably step on a Lego tonight. There's our lighter shade. Unclamp it. Yeah, 3 for 3, perfect holes. Hopefully I picked the right drill. I didn't really test fit one yet, but girthy is in. We are making wheels for a decoy duck. It's going to be a toy for a child, and then when he gets older, he can take the wheels off and use it for duck hunting. Lee is in. Didn't see it come in there, Lee. Thanks for coming in. Oh, dropped it again. It'll probably go the furthest away from where I'm working. Oh, okay. All right. Got 4 wheels. Off center. Those would make good hockey pucks. That'd be an interesting thing to make. Might have to make a hockey table. This is my duck that I made, hand painted. I don't do art painting. Like this is a big accomplishment for me. And then I have the axle holes. So we're doing pretty good. The dowel, it's a little bit loose. I can put some glue on that. So we can glue them in, because it doesn't matter if they're even parallel at this point. So I need to cut my axles probably about, let's see, put that on there, probably about right there. My pencil. This is the rear. Okay. And then for the front, go about here. All right, get those cut. Okay, that's the rear. Can't read my own writing in the front. Okay, so I'm going to glue one side on. Should I leave that painted? Why is that painted? Let's shave that off. Well, okay. So the holes are a little bit big. Think about this. Before that dries. It sticks to my fingers and everything, but it's not sticking to that axle. Let me try this. I need some thicker. I need to use my thick CA. Yeah, flip it. Yeah, I was gonna put some flippy feet on it too. I really want to do that. Okay. That's gonna hold. I might make different wheels because I wish that hole was tighter. But you can kind of see it's gonna be way out of balance. All right, now where's the duck? Where did I put the duck? There it is. So there, I'm gonna need some spacers. Don't have to be exact again. That may not work. That may not work. We'll try it without for now. All right, I don't want to get glue on the duck. So let's go like this. Okay, axle still turns. Great. That worked out pretty good, actually. Let's do this wheel. If this works, I'll be pretty amazed. I probably say that, but I glue the lid shut. I think every other project, I'm like, if this works, I don't know. You guys are probably tired of hearing me say that. Okay. Must have sprayed the top of the CA glue. It's all over my hands, but not on the part. Get through it. There we go. There we go. Spray. Locked in. A little bit more. Just need to prove the concept at this point. Okay, one more. I didn't really, I wanted to have the wobble opposing. I should have spent more time like lining it up, but I just want to see if it'll work. So, all right, the wheels turn. I didn't really plan this, so let me find some string. All right, here we go. Put 1 in the chat if you think it'll work. 2 if you think it's a big fail. 1 for W, 2 for F. Let's try it. I'm gonna turn over here. My dirty garage floor. See if it wobbles. Ah, the front wheel's not turning. Uh-oh. Got CA glue in the front axle. Loosen that up a little bit. That's gonna be a problem. I thought it was all dried, but apparently it wasn't. All right, so that one will have to come off, but if you watch the back wheel, it does wobble a little bit. Okay, so I need to make it a little bit more pronounced wobble. Yeah, it actually goes pretty smooth. So on the back wheel, and actually, if you hold it from the front, you might not even need. But I think also I need to move the back axle back a little bit because there's a lot of rear weight. It's got some junk in the trunk. Yeah, this one's not turning well, which is to be expected. Yeah, so I've got bearings and metal shafts and stuff. I might rework this a little bit. But anyway, there's our toy duck. So watch for a video. I'm going to try to put together a wide format video, make some really nice wheels, maybe put some rubber pads on them so that they grip a little better. The back ones move pretty good. Make them a little more offset, put some feet on it so it looks like he's flopping. But I guess ducks only have 2 feet, right? Huh. Yeah. So I'll do some stops. I was going to use, there we go. I was going to use this plastic pipe for stops. That's what I used for the actual axles, but some of them, this one is a little bit lower. It'd probably work for this one, but not for that one. So yeah, we'll work on it. But that is the project for today. I've got to go back to work. So I need to be done here. And thank you all for coming in. Check out the rest of our channel. We do a lot of different projects here, as you can see. Not all wood turning. It still is going to work for a decoy duck, so that's kind of a win. But anyway, You cannot work for Santa. No, I can't. Some days I can, but not today. Today I would not have passed that test. But yeah, check out our channel. And remember, what time is it? 12:02. I got to scoot. So remember, you have purpose, you have value, and you are loved. God bless.